I love 2000s horror, and Dead Silence is very high up on that list. Let's do it. Dead Silence opens up with this man, Jamie, and his wife, Lisa, getting this anonymous package at their door, and it's this ventriloquist doll named Billy. Neither of them know where it came from. They're kind of making a joke about it, and then Jamie has to go out to run to the store. He returns home to find that Lisa has been murdered and has had her tongue ripped out. Jamie is arrested for murdering her, but ultimately released when the detective can't find any hard evidence that it was him. So Jamie goes home, and when he goes to investigate the box that Billy the puppet came in, he finds this mysterious message about this ventriloquist named Mary Shaw who died years prior. And it turns out that Mary was from Jamie's hometown. So Jamie goes to his childhood home to visit his now wheelchair-bound father, and his father's very obviously much younger wife, Ella. You can tell that Jamie and his father's relationship is very estranged. While Jamie's in town, he also goes to the local mortician Henry to arrange Lisa's funeral. Jamie took Billy the doll to his father's to ask his father about it, so Henry's senile wife Marion sees the doll and is like, you need to bury it. So Jamie does, but now we find out that he's been being followed by Lipton because Lipton is convinced that Jamie's the one that killed his wife. And he now finds it very suspicious that he would be burying the doll that was found near her dead body. So Henry explains to Jamie the background of Billy the doll, and basically he was the main doll in an act by a local ventriloquist named Mary Shaw. One night, Mary Shaw was doing a show and she was getting heckled by this younger boy named Michael in the audience. Soon after, Michael disappeared and his family blamed it on Mary because of the show, and they ended up murdering her. Mary's last wish in her will was to be turned into a doll and to be buried with her dolls, who she called her children. Henry was a child at the time, and his father was the mortician that buried Mary. And while Henry was a kid in the funeral home, he was attacked by Mary. But Henry ultimately was spared because he stayed silent. Because the rhyme that were told to children was, beware the stare of Mary Shaw, she had no children, only dolls. If you see her, don't scream or she'll cut off your tongue on the scene. So because Henry didn't scream, he was spared because Mary only kills those who scream. We find out that Mary actually did murder that little boy named Michael and turned him into a doll. And Jamie, through a little bit of research, finds out that he's actually related to Michael. Michael would have been his great uncle. And his family was the one that murdered her. And when they murdered her, they also cut out her tongue. So now she is seeking revenge against his family. And in a very sad scene, Mary ultimately kills Henry because he sees her and he screams this time. Now, Detective Lipton, who has been investigating this the whole time, now finds that all 100 of Mary Shaw's dolls that she was buried with have been dug up. And they are all displayed along with the body of Michael, who has been turned into a doll and is displayed like a marionette. So Jamie and Lipton are at the old theater where they find this display, and Mary Shaw's ghost reveals to Jamie that she killed Lisa, his wife, because Lisa was pregnant with their child and she didn't want his bloodline to continue. Jamie and Lipton go to start a fire to destroy all the dolls, but Lipton trips and falls and screams, which we know means he dies. So Jamie goes back to his father's house and throws Billy into the fire, and this is where the plot twist comes in. Jamie's father has actually been dead the whole time, and Ella has this setup in his back where she has been controlling him and using ventriloquism to talk like him. And it turns out that Ella is a perfect doll that Mary created before she died, and she has been helping to carry on Mary's legacy and get revenge against the whole family. When Jamie finds this out, he's absolutely horrified and he screams. And Ella, being possessed by Mary, murders him. The final scene is the nursery rhyme being read as we see a photo album of all of Mary Shaw's new puppets.